What's up guys, how's it going? Big Cheese here with another Modern Warfare video for you. Today we're going to be going over all the settings, audio, controller settings and graphics in one video, so you guys know which settings are best moving into the next batch of beta at the end of the week. I've been playing the beta all weekend and I'm really loving the game. These tweaks are going to help you not only for experience, but for your gameplay as well. So let's get straight into the video. Okay guys, so here we are. We're going to start, just go top to bottom here. So we're going to start with the controller settings. I am on PS5, but most of these settings will be the same for Xbox as well. So we've got button layout. I play on default at the moment. I'm probably going to switch to a tactical ping or one of those because I do like to be able to ping out with my L1 button. But I'm using the up button at the moment, so I'm sticking to default at the moment for the multiplayer. When it switches over to Warzone, I'll probably be switching up and going back to what I play. I don't flip the triggers. I was tempted because the PS5 triggers do take a while to press in sometimes. Gotten used to them now and it's all good. I go on default. This is all personal preference here. The first one you want to turn off, guys, is trigger effect. I believe this is only for PS5, but when I first loaded up the game, the triggers were resisting when I was firing in the middle of a gunfight, and it was an absolute nightmare. I turned that off. Sensitivity is one that causes quite a discussion sometimes. A lot of people play on 4. Some people like to go as high as they can. With the multiplayer, I found that the balance for me is 6 and 6. Again, might change with the Warzone, but at the moment I'm on that. ADS multiplier, we're going to go ahead and put it on 0.90. These, I haven't gone into these here, haven't touched these things at all, so that's entirely up to you. Aim downside behavior is hold. I'm not sure what sort of maniac puts it on toggle. That sounds horrendous. Automatic sprint, we've got it set to off because I do like to sneak sometimes, and sometimes I'm trying to walk normally, be a bit quiet, and it starts sprinting, gives my position away. Equipment behavior, we're going to leave that on hold. Weapon mount activation, ADS and melee, same as the old game. I'm not changing that up. Interact and reload behavior, I've got tap to reload because holding to reload is just ridiculous. I don't know, let's see here. Yeah, tap to reload is the one you want to go with. Armor plate behavior, obviously it's not a thing in the Modern Warfare beta, but we always have it apply all. I remember I discovered this setting real late in my time in the Warzone, and it's an absolute game changer, so I just put that on there because, you know, why not? The next one down the list is the graphics tab here, so we're going to go ahead and go over to that. On-demand texture streaming is something that improves just the quality of your textures, and it gives you high quality textures. It does allocate 24 gigabyte of your storage space, but there's plenty of space on there, I imagine. So I go ahead and leave that on. Motion blur of any kind, world motion blur or weapon motion blur, turn it off. I might turn it back on for the campaign, but even then, it's just annoying, kind of strains the eyes, and it definitely messes with your aim when you're playing competitively. Film grain, we leave it on 0.25. Depth of field, we leave on for that better quality ADS. Fidelity FX CAS, no idea, left it off. Same again with that, or leave it on 1. Field of view, guys, we finally got one. I've seen a couple of people say that 100 is the perfect balance. For me, I whacked it straight up to 120 at the beginning. Took a few games to get used to it. The more you can see, the more you can kill, right? So I've just chucked down 120. I haven't actually tried out the third person mode yet, so I haven't touched that. Let me know in the comments what you think about that. And then you've got your safe area settings down here, which you've already set up more than likely. So there are your graphic settings, guys. Okay guys, so before we go into the audio settings, we're going to get into that in just a sec, but I want to touch on this interface tab here. If you head over to the interface tab, there's a couple of things here that I changed to really help the gameplay. All this here, default 00 English. Head down to player names. I changed it to abbreviated because I kept having full player names appear even when they were behind enemies, and it kept getting me killed. So I changed down to abbreviated. It's been much better since. Everything with gold in your minimap is all personal preference. You know, I leave the rotation on because I like it to go with me. Crosshairs, I leave it all on. What you want to do is you want to head over to this color customization tab here. Now you'll recognize this from the previous games. You change it to filter 2. Change this setting here to both so that the changes you're making affect both the interface and the world, and then have this up to 100 and this down to 90. The game looks lovely, it looks beautiful. Someone in my chat said, you know, you're looking a bit gray. Check the color settings, we changed these, just looks amazing, makes for a much better playing experience, and it just, explosions and everything just look way better, guys. Make sure you change those settings. This down here is all personal preference, what you want people to appear in the radar as. You can change it to any color you want to have a mess around with that. I've left it on default because I don't really see anything wrong with the way it's set up, but that's up to you. And lastly, guys, we're going to head over to an important one that's been very controversial for a long time. It's the audio settings. Now, there's definitely improvements that can be made to the audio. Sometimes you just don't hear the footsteps, or sometimes they're delayed almost. But this is the best you're going to get out of the audio settings for the beta. So it's for all my console guys that are going to be hitting that second batch of beta this week. So I've got this off here. Audio mix, got headphone bass boost, guys. It's the best one. I was running home theater because that's what I had it set to previously on the old game, but headphone bass boost is the best one you're gonna have here. I lowered the master volume down to 70 just because when I'm streaming, it's just my balance. But you can whack it up to 100 if you want. 70 seems to be perfect for me. Dialogue, music I always get rid of because it's just ridiculous. It just like they start playing music when you're in like 1v3 situations. I can't hear shit, so turn the music off. Dialogue, I leave it at 70. It's not really that important, but I do like to hear things like really active effects and hit back a volume up to 100, guys. And then down here is just voice chat settings. So I've got it off at the moment because people just scream obscenities down the mic when I'm trying to stream. And then all that stuff, Juggernaut music and hit marker sound effect. I use them on Warfare 1. You can switch the classic if you want. I switched it the other day. Didn't sound right. No, I went back. And yeah, that's basically the audio setting. So mainly focus on these options up here, guys. So I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Check out the previous videos I've been making this week on the beta. Done a vehicle damage one, and we've done a kill streaks video, going through all the kill streaks as well. Don't forget to hit that like button, hit that sub, hit that bell for live notifications moving forward. I'm going to be covering everything Modern Warfare between now leading up to the launch. See you soon.
Look what you did, you little jerk.